Okay, today we are playing a game on Numbani. The average SR of this game was 2,646, and we will be playing Winston the entire way through. And our current team composition is Winston, Diva, Farah, May, Lucio, and Mercy. So a very average comp, except for the May, whom we would rather not have. We would rather have a Tracer or a Genji, because we have a dive comp. You know, it's Season 5, this is how it goes. But we don't really want May. May isn't exactly, you know, she's a pretty slow hero. She isn't much of a diving hero, you know. But other than that, you know, very average. So let's start the game. Which, as you can probably tell from the timestamp, not actually a very long game. We aren't here for too terribly long. So, we know right off the bat that they've got a Symmetra and they've got a Junkrat. So, we're already feeling pretty good about that because Winston's pretty good against both of those heroes. We also just saw in the kill feed that their McCree had killed himself, so presumably he threw himself off the edge. So, they're currently down a person, and we are strong against most of their team. We push tab, coming up here. There we go. Video's skipping ahead a little bit for some reason. Whatever, don't worry about it. So, right here, we see their team. We see that we are strong against most of their team, first off, and then, you know, the tanks are like break-even. But the important thing that we note is that they only have one healer, and it's Ana. Winston's the best hero in the game at killing Ana because you jump on her, put the bubble down, and it's really hard for her to trank you, and that's the only way Ana doesn't die. So Winston's really good at killing Ana. So we want to really focus this lady because she's the only healer on their team. We do, of course, also want to kill Symmetra before she can put a teleporter down, but if you kill the only healer, killing everyone else tends to just come as a result of that, really. So we want to really focus this lady and find her and kill her as quickly as possible. So we also don't really want to be coming up the way that we're going right now. We'd rather go basically any other way, because we're playing a dive comp, don't forget. We happen to have a May, but we're just a dive comp that has a May, you know. Deal with that. We'd rather go basically any other way than this path, because this is going to force us out a very narrow choke point. We are going to go through this very narrow choke point into a Symmetra and a Junkrat, who would very much like us to approach from this angle, because, you know, they're going to be set up on the outside of this door. It's going to be sad times. But you just can't dive as effectively if you have to funnel through a very, very narrow choke point like this. Because the whole point of the dive comp is you come at them from multiple angles, you're fucking with multiple different people, you know, diving on them. If you have to go through a very narrow channel, you don't usually dive as well. And we're going to take a big chunk of damage coming through it coming through the choke point because of Symmetra and Junkrat. So, we find Symmetra's turrets are all set up right here. Should have put the bubble down slightly faster there. Even though you don't generally want to put the bubble down before you actually dive in, we've got to break these turrets first, so you might as well put it down right here, because we're going to take a big chunk of damage actually breaking these turrets. But we put the bubble down now. So, we see right here, right? We see that their Ana is right in front of us. So here's our chance. Ana's standing way too close to us right now. Diva just got frozen. It's only Winston and Diva over here. So this Ana, and also, Ana's almost dead already. So this is what we want. We've got it right here. We've got the keys to the kingdom. But we dive past. We want to be focusing that Ana. We had right there, we had like our opportunity to like capture the point right there, because we had the opportunity to just kill their only healer. She actually manages to like get away. As you can see, she hasn't even died at all. And Junkrat has managed to kill Farah, which is frankly depressing news. So we are running off to get health right here. Here's McCree. Oh god.
I have res.
Now, this is going to be very sad, because, oh, it's going well. We tried to bubble dance, but then the bubble just disappears, and we get fucked.
I have res.
Because the bubble disappears. Also, punch. When the person's down to like 25 HP, because melee attack does 25 damage, even though really like Winston, Big Gorilla, Yeti, in this case, feels like he should do more than 25 damage with a melee attack. Does 25 damage with a melee attack. It is faster to kill somebody if when they're at 25 HP, you punch them rather than tasing them down. So there was a very narrow window in there we might have been able to kill him, but, you know, feels bad, man, mostly is what it seems like. But Mercy's got res, so we get resed right here. Something very funny is apparently happening somewhere. Here's McCree. We got to actually kill the McCree in the end, but now we're kind of getting pinned in the corner and fucked. So, we don't really want to, like, go in the room, because then we're, like, caught in this area where we have to walk back through the Diva. We've already killed the McCree by this point, because he dies right there, so there's nothing more in here for us, and our jump is off cooldown, so rather than coming in here, we could have just jumped away to safety. But then, oh god, we realized we had to get out, came out, had to walk back through D.Va, and D.Va just killed us before we could get away. So, Mei is actually, like, putting in a lot of work right now. She's killed, like, 3 of their team and broken D.Va's mech, so Mei is trying very hard over there, actually. Meanwhile, our Pharah died to Junkrat. So, you know, that's pretty sad news. So we do have Sound Barrier and Blizzard built up right now. We can't go in right now because 2 of our team just died at this super late staggered time, because now we've gotten back and now we have to wait for them to respawn. You hearing this guy? You hear this guy?
Junkrat, we didn't do shit.
I'm quite impressed that his microphone didn't just, like, explode, honestly, when he did that. But, so, he's very upset. So, we've got 2 ultimates built up right now. We are 70% of the way to Primal Rage, which means we'll basically get it as soon as a fight breaks out. We still don't... we still don't really want to go this way. Another reason to not want to go this way, Pharah is one of our DPS. Pharah definitely doesn't want to go through this doorway, you know? We still don't want to go through this way for all the reasons previously listed. So, we also know right now that, Symmetra has put a teleporter down by this point, because, you know, a whole fight's broken out. It's been 2 minutes. We're not very good at breaking a teleporter as Winston, because if you actually find the teleporter, it takes you about 3,000 years to actually destroy it, because you've got to, like, you basically take it apart 1 screw at a time as Winston. So we should tell our D.Va to look for it, basically. We're duoed with the D.Va as well, so, like, tell your D.Va to go and look for the teleporter, because that's more of her job than it is our job, and, you know, it is something that we have to deal with. So it looks like we lost track of the Anna right there. Where exactly did Anna go? She, like, went in this room right here. It looks like we lost track of her, but, like, yo, we gotta really be focusing that Anna. Lucio's getting very into it right now. Oh no, lots of things happening. Primal Rage right there. Managed to avoid dying to the self-destruct or the High Noon. Great. So there is still a teleporter out there somewhere. I haven't seen it come up in the kill feed. So they're walled off in there right now. Junkrat's still over here. Taze had to reload at a very unfortunate time. Lucio's quite upset that he died. Let's go back and listen to that one again. Maybe don't get right in the Junkrat's face. That does make it kinda easier to shoot you. So, we killed Junkrat. Unfortunately, though, we have lost a lot of our team right now, so Lucio wants us to take the point, in case you were unclear. Thing is, we also lost both of our healers, so that means we were basically fucked, because, that's what happens when you have no healers. You just slowly get killed. Lucio's very upset, still. I don't know if you're picking up on it, but he's very upset. So, these people right here, they've died at very inconvenient times, yet again. Which is, you know, very helpful, very productive. Yes. Like, mute this Lucio, because he is a supremely annoying individual. You know. Just every now and then, just, like, shouts directly into the microphone. So. We've had to wait for all these people to respawn again. Lucio, you might have noticed, also had the most staggered death of them all, so that's very convenient, especially when we've only got 30 seconds left. So, again, we saw the Anna right there. We're coming back over here. Now we're on the Anna. So not really focusing the Anna, though. We're sort of looking at, like, we jumped, like, over the Anna and then started tasing the tanks again. Like, Anna's where it's at still. You know, tasing the tanks, Anna was, like, off on the left-hand side a little bit. I'm not saying you kill her there, but, like, because you weren't gonna, as we can see. But, so we got rezzed again, right here. Solo res, just us twice, so Mercy's reses have not exactly been stellar, but, you know. Blizzard's happening right now. If you can believe it, we aren't going to get the point. So,
Please stop dying.
we're trying very hard. We're so close to Primal Rage, but we actually had to start reloading. If you're very close to Primal Rage and you have to start reloading like you do right here, just turn to the Winston directly left to you and punch him in the face, and that's probably going to give you the extra 2% right there to actually make it. It's going to still be really tight, but like, if you have to reload and you're really close, punch someone in the face if you can. So, I don't think we get back. We're going to use Primal Rage to try and get back faster, which is, yeah, that's what you do. No, don't make it back. Don't make it back. As you might infer from this, they are going to take this point quite quickly. Quite quickly. So we'll skip forward a little bit. So, we've got a Torbjorn and an Orisa over there. Torbjorn and Orisa are actually pretty good together because it suddenly becomes really difficult to kill Torbjorn's turret if there's an Orisa shield just always in front of it. It's actually very, very annoying and difficult to deal with. We also have a Symmetra, so we're pretty all in right now. I don't know if you've noticed, we're pretty all in on this cheese strat right now. The 3-man also, you might have noticed, has picked all of the defense heroes, which are legendarily the best heroes in the game, of course. So, it's not going to go very well. Spoiler warning. So, they're coming around this way, which is a better way to go. And we've already lost Bastion, we've already lost the turret, we've already lost Orisa, we've already also died. Yeah, it just all immediately falls apart as soon as we see the enemy team. Roughly as you would expect it to in that situation.
Hey, look, they actually died.
You said once you died, we would die. We died
So,
before you. You did.
let's these people are very annoying. Let's just skip past that.
Can I not get paired up with that
And watch
guy
the play of the
ever
game.
again?
It's Reaper. So it must be like right at the end, right there.
Wow. Look at this uncontested Reaper. How did he do it? Let him walk right into the middle of us. How did this happen?
How did this happen? So, biggest thing is, like, target prioritization, because, like, we had the opportunity to kill the Ana right at the start of the game, and then we just, like, dove right past her. She died in the end anyway, but we ended up in a really awkward position and ended up, like, dying, and then Mercy had to res us. If we just, like, stay with the team and kill the Ana right there, and then, like, try to focus down the tanks, probably, because the rest of our team was still, like, coming up the gateway, we probably killed, like, all of them on that ledge, and then we probably actually take the point. I think if we just like stayed with the team right at the start and killed the Ana, I think this game goes completely differently. So like, and then after that, we don't really like focus the Ana that much. Ana's like our #1 priority because she is the only healer on their team. And we're playing Winston, so we're really good at killing Ana. That's like the biggest thing, basically. And like, we don't want to go the way that we kept trying to go. Like, they went a much better way because they just went out, met different angles. Winston's up there. They're coming out below. Everybody gets funneled off of the high ground into the rest of the team coming up the low ground. Reaper walks through, kills everybody. You know, but we're just trying to like push in through the narrow choke point versus Symmetra and Junkrat, and we're just like getting shredded as we go through the doorway. You know, feels bad, man. So those are the major points that stood out in that game. It was a very short video today, wasn't it? You know, that's what happens when the game is less than 10 minutes in length. So, thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful.